Hello everybody, how's it going and welcome back to the As Always podcast. This is episode 151. I'm one of your hosts, James, and I'm joined as always by Tyler.
As always, how's it going, my friend?
It's going pretty well, how you doing?
Doing very well. Happy to be here. It's Friday night. It's a weird
Wonderful.
night to be doing a podcast, but we're here. I've got a glass of red wine I've just poured myself. It's been a long week. It's been a hard week, nose to the grindstone, as you're always aware. And just here to have a good time. There's no Civil War today, so I'm not stressed, about having to argue with you.
Okay.
As much as I enjoy the Civil War, I do feel like I rev myself up to be over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a moment you gotta get into the mindset, It's the us and them mentality, as the community would say.
Okay, and you know what? I need to fucking address this first of all. What the fuck is going on? I go on Twitter and I'm like, what is James doing leading all our community members astray? Why are people talking about us and their mentality, Sigma males, the fucking Mercury in retrograde? What the fuck are we
Mercury
talking
retrograde,
about?
man. It's causing everyone's falling out of their relationships because the Mercury retrograde is happening.
What?
Oh, you don't know. You don't
No,
know
I
about
don't.
the Mercury
If you're going to bring up star signs to me, bro, I'm going to fucking fly over to the UK and slap the fuck out of you right now. What are you talking about?
I don't know where it came up. I think it was on the Halo stream, the last Halo stream we did, Halo Reach on George's Twitch. And Ben just brought it up because it's been all over Twitter because everyone on Twitter is obsessed with the fucking.
You've got to be fucking
kidding
me. You've got to be
gone.
actually fucking
gone.
kidding me.
He's gone.
We just started
That
this
was quick.
fucking podcast.
That was early.
And the
There you
internet's
go.
out. You've got to be fucking
Hey
kidding me.
man!
What the fuck? I'm
And we'll
fucking
wait.
furious, Josh. You know what? Usually I'm I feel bad about this. I'm just fucking pissed about this. I'm over it, man. I'm fucking over it. Why does it fucking do this? Kill me. Just fucking kill me. Breathing, Tyler. Breathing. Fucking, you've got this. Namaste, bro. Fucking no. Oh, you're welcome, Josh, for that one. Fucking stupid.
Oh. Hello?
Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. That made me angry. That's the only one that's made me I was genuinely fucking furious. I was like, you've got to be shitting me. We just started, bro.
classic.
That annoys me.
It's ridiculous.
It just
Ridiculous.
ruins the flow. It just ruins
That's
the
ruined
fucking
the flow.
But Mercury's in retrograde. Please go on.
Yeah. So it was during the Halo Reach stream. Ben brought it up at the beginning because he was like, it's all over fucking Twitter and he's found it really funny. And then we all found it really funny because Ben found it really funny.
Does he know what it is? Does he understand what Mercury in retrograde means?
Well, that it's a star sign thing and everyone's like, oh, because Mercury's, I don't know, it goes backwards a bit or something. I don't fucking know. So we just started memeing on it. We just started.
I just started typing. I was doing typing. What does Mercury retrograde mean? As in, in layman's terms. But all the responses are what does Mercury retrograde mean for Scorpios in 2021? For Aquarius, for Virgos.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah, we just started memeing on it for the whole fucking stream. It was just the Mercury retrograde means this thing's happening and
Expect to have more or less. Wait for this. You ready for this?
Okay.
If Mercury is in retrograde, expect to have more or less energy than you're used to. Oh, you mean for two options?
So just a bit different.
Yeah.
Different in
particularly
any way.
Of the nervous variety will either sap you of your usual zest or leave you feeling lethargic or fill you with chaotic, scattered energy that might have you feeling restless, unfocused, and anxious.
You know what? I feel the same, man. I think it is the Mercury retrograde. That's why I'm feeling the way that I am.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly, didn't feel that way before, but now that I've read that, I do.
Yeah.
And it must be.
It's because it's true. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take any steps to better my current situation because I know it's all thanks to the Mercury retrograde.
But
There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. It's out of my hands.
No.
I just have to feel like this now. And that's
Well,
fine.
what does you doing something about it do? You know what I mean? How does that really help you?
Well,
You
it
know,
doesn't.
when you're powerless, when ultimately,
Yeah.
if there's anything we know for sure, is you're powerless.
Yeah,
When
we don't have free
Mercury is
will.
in
It's not
retrograde.
real. It's
Yeah.
all to do with where the planets are in space.
Yeah. It's to do with where light travels from large objects millions of light years away, and how that
Yes.
then hits our planet. That's what actually affects us, not what's actually happening down here on Earth.
No.
Just
That
so
would be
you're aware
silly.
of that.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be silly.
And don't forget the month you're born contributes too, of course.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
That affects the planets.
Yeah.
So science.
I agree. Like when people try to like explain science, like facts, logic, ultimately that's a lot of woo-woo, you know, much like, I don't know, acupuncture, yoga, all that sort of woo-woo shit, that fake shit. But, you know, we know that astrology is real. And
Yep.
we know that Mercury's in retrograde, and if you're feeling anxious, you're feeling nervous, if you've got more or also potentially less energy, so the two possible options you could have, that is because of Mercury being in retrograde. So don't stress about it. Just do exactly what you're doing, change nothing, and keep going, because you're not in control and you have no power. So,
Yeah.
cheers.
Yeah. That's solid advice.
But
For
you know what's not
advice
silly?
like that, check out Patreon.
Well, that's right.
Where
That's
we
right.
give quality advice such as this on a bi-weekly basis.
Yeah, and obviously we wouldn't be here even doing this show without the great people over at patreon.com/as always. So thank you to those guys, the producers of the show that make the show happen. Honestly, they're amazing. And to thank the producers of the show, the Sweet Vintage Lads over at patreon.com/as always. We have Ollie, the Superior Ollie, Avery Dobbs, Clark 53, Damien, Epic, Alaric, or the Balrogs, Fiery, Dick, Ferentino, Flash Paradox, Franco, Jesper Olsen, King Richard III, Ryan Haver, Seth, and Balzac 47. Thanks, guys, for powering this podcast. And if you like what you're seeing, listening to here, and you want to hear or see more, head over to patreon.com/as always. For just $1 a month, you get over 123 episodes of the Clubhouse podcast streamable right now, exclusive. Plus, lots of other cool bonus perks, rewards, get involved in the Civil War polls for this show, early access to James's videos. There's lots of other cool exclusives we've done over the years that you can check out as well. So there's literally almost half a decade's worth of content over on patreon.com/as always for just $1 a month, or $11 a year, because you get 10% off. Well, it's less than $11 a year. It's 10% off if you go annual. So
That's amazing.
just, you know, FYI on that one.
That's incredible.
But anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, but what's this whole us versus them mentality? What's this rubbish thing? Like, are you sitting on Discord, like, ruining our great community's lives with your...
It's all
idiocy?
Ben. Trust
With your
me. It's all
autism.
Ben.
Oh,
I'm just
what-
joining in.
Yeah, the problem is Ben's starting to get older, and now he's starting to have influence on people, and he's a bit of a fucking idiot. So,
It's amazing. It's literally these Halo streams. It's every time you get me, Ben, and George in the same place, and then Jas
so
is there
much
too,
like
adding to the
autism
pile.
going on, you know
And
what
it's
I mean?
just
Like,
we just let our autism flow. Like I need some time to just let it all out in just this amazing way. And those streams, like, so Ben was talking about where this us and them mentality came from. Is Ben was talking about, he was on Time Hop and he found a really old tweet from himself, and it was like back in the 2016 2017 days.
yeah.
When we were all like fucking weird, and super right wing, and YouTube had tweeted out this thing. So it was just after Pride finished, and they were like, because Pride's over doesn't mean we'll stop celebrating LGBTQ whatever people. And Ben's tweet, he quoted it and said, "This just feels like the us and them mentality. You're not even that special or something." And the tweet doesn't make any sense. And we all just started saying it, like, in different contexts.
No.
And it's just so funny because the us and them mentality is just so funny. It's so stupid. And we we're all just memeing on it. And the Mercury retrograde fell into that. And yeah, it was just good fun. We like it.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot of nonsense.
There's a lot of nonsense going on, and I believe that. But, you know, it's a bit of a vibe, and I'm okay with that, because it's how we operate.
It is.
Operate on vibe, and vibe alone. And some people don't like that, you know, it's not for everyone. Some people don't like how much we're saying vibe these days. And when I say we, I mean mostly me, but
some
you've
people
started
don't.
You've
Can
really
we
gotten
talk
into it.
about something?
Yeah, of course we can.
Did you see the uproar on Discord the other day?
No.
From the most recent Clubhouse episode, because you said the beginning of Ed Sheeran's song sounds like fake music.
Oh, people got upset. Wait, what?
People weren't happy
People got
because
upset with that. Yeah,
so
yeah.
because you were like you were like where are the guitars in this song, or why is he using this synthetic sound? It sounds like fake music, and a lot of people weren't happy with that because some of their favorite music is
Oh, it's like drum and bass and fake bullshit.
it's like and
beat
modern
They like
rap
they like beat
sounds
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Well, they like beat They like shit music.
And
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So people weren't too happy with you. I mean, I was defending you, saying I don't think Tyler thinks all music that's not acoustic music is bad, but clearly you do. And I was
No,
wrong.
I do. No,
Okay.
or you're 100% right that's what I think. But the fact that people got upset makes me want to make them more upset. So I'm doubling down.
Yeah, that makes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is actually what's happening right now. But I'm going to double down because when people get upset and then try to have a go at me when I'm right, it's like, why are you booing me? I'm right. And then it makes me want to double down and upset them more because there's not a lot I enjoy more about doing what we do, James, than upsetting people, especially the people that are the most loyal to us. Those are the real people that I enjoy upsetting.
We are like upsetting our close friends and family.
Yeah. Well, it's like Stockholm syndrome type thing. You know what I mean? If we treat them and keep them keen, they'll keep coming back. They'll keep supporting us on Patreon. And just being really toxic, honestly. That's sort of...
Yeah. I do like the toxicity. It's it's the best
Oh,
part
I'm
about
sure... I
comedy.
can't believe people got upset with that.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
I mean...
Because someone just clipped it, like, it was kind of just completely out of context. Because the context, obviously, was we were talking about Ed Sheeran's song, and you were like, why is it, like...
But also, we're
especially when
talking about, like, let's be real about it. We're talking about why we like a very particular artist, and he's known for acoustic songs.
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, think about it in context, guys. I'm not talking about, like, Little Nas or something like that. Like, go listen to who you want to listen to. I'm talking about Ed Sheeran, who's known as an acoustic artist, and that's what I want to hear from him. So when I hear bullshit in there and fake music, I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
That's in context. So
Exactly, which is exactly what I said.
Usually I'm
Exactly
on the
what I
As
said.
Always Discord. Usually I'm on the As Always Discord and I see that. I didn't see that at all.
See, it was in music chat, which is a very toxic place on our Discord. It's actually the most toxic chat. It's the
I'm not
worst.
surprised by that at all.
It's everyone just bullying each other over what music they listen to. Like, someone goes like, oh, I was listening to this, like, someone was listening to a video game soundtrack and everyone dogpiled him. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's not fucking proper music. Which is kind of funny that they're saying that's not real music when, you said that their music's not real music and that's not okay, but it's whatever.
Computer generated sounds isn't real music, and we know that, and that's fine.
I mean, it's not real. It's not real instruments. It's,
It's not real. Know what I mean? Like, it's made up.
Yeah. Just like
it's
the
like
Avengers.
it's like playing a video game and thinking that's real. You know what I mean? And
Wait,
you can enjoy it. That's fine.
It is real.
But if you think
For
it's
me.
real, you're you're an idiot, and that's fine. But I like that people got upset by that. That actually is funny to me.
Yeah, it was funny.
So I thought I'll double down and just let them know that their music's shit.
Listen to your fucking Donda or whatever.
Well, like, what are they? Yeah, oh, man, for the love of God, don't even start me. Oh my God, Donda, get the fuck out of here, Kanye. No, to be fair, I don't hate Kanye. I don't like Kanye, but I don't hate him either. I just that's not for me.
It's not for me. Not for me at all.
Yeah, I don't mind hip hop. I have no problem. I fucking adore.
Imagine you listening
Biggie.
to hip hop. You're like
I fucking adore Biggie. I
the
fucking
whitest
love Biggie.
person ever. You're like the
I am.
middle
I mean,
class white guy.
Sure.
You're like, oh, I love hip hop, man. A little bit of hip hop, a little bit of street. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like the grime.
Yeah.
I bet you're a big fan of Stormzy, aren't you?
No, I don't mind Stormzy though. To be fair, he's alright.
Damn, he made a song with Redacted.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He's in Redacted Legion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh God, never mind. I don't like Stormzy. So it's in music room. I want to find it so I can like trigger them.
Oh God, it's a really active chat. It's probably our second most active chat, I think.
Really? I can't believe you noticed it. Like, did people like tag us in it or something?
Oh, people were posting it. We were talking about it in mod chat.
Wow, it actually became that much of an uproar. I didn't realize. Is that legit? That
everyone's like, this is just so dumb. Like, it's just so fucking stupid. So it just became like a topic. But we didn't want to get involved because music chat has like become its own place. Like we can't police it now. It just exists as like its own realm. We just have to let it do its thing.
I found it. Here we go, I found it. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. People. Oh, but it's. I'm reading Who's There and it's morons. You know what I mean? Like,
I love how they're mostly all as always guys as well.
Yeah, I mean they are. They're mostly as always
guys,
and they know that. It's all red. It's all red names. It's all as always names. Oh man, people really are upset.
Yeah.
This is an anti-Tyler zone from now on. Someone said. That's so.
They're so upset. They're just so upset.
Funny. That's so funny. I don't even know what they're getting so upset about.
Because they think you mean everything that's not a guitar is immediately terrible music that shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
That's what they think you're saying. Like, they've completely ignored the context was an Ed Sheeran song. They're just like, oh, that means Tyler thinks all music is bad. And obviously your opinion is the only opinion. So they're just like really mad that they now have to agree with you.
Well, that's why people get upset, because people know that when I say something, it becomes, well, one, they say objective truth. I'm not that, I'm a humble guy, so I wouldn't say that. That's what other people are saying. But what happens normally is, if I say it, either everyone will convert or 6 months later they'll convert. But eventually they will convert at the end of the day. I.e. redacted, also redacted, and then that other time with redacted. And then, everything else that I do like, eventually people jump on the train and it becomes a massive part of our community, i.e. Kingdom Hearts, i.e. John Mayer, i.e. The Lord of the Rings, Mm-hmm. It's what I do, and it's a responsibility that I take very seriously. So when I let you all know that it's fake music and it's not real instruments, I mean that, and I mean that for all music, not just Ed Sheeran music. So
yeah,
if it's got a synth, it's
yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate this fucking Zoomer music. I can't stand it. What's this fucking new generation listening to? I don't like it. It pisses me off. Every single song sounds exactly the fucking same. And it's just these fucking guys with these, and the lyrics are so shit as well. It's like they.
You're being serious now? Are we getting in on this? I'll jump in on this. I'll jump in on this.
Like they just pick words that fucking rhyme, but it doesn't have any fucking sense to it at all. It's just a load of bollocks with just noises in the background.
There's no heart, James. There's no heart.
I hate it. This is real now. I actually hate it.
Yeah, I'm sipping on a glass of red wine in my bedroom alone on Friday night like a fucking wanker, talking about how good my music taste is. And I just want to address that now in all seriousness.
Oasis,
but then I'll jump back into this fun argument we're having. That I'm on your side, obviously. But let's go on. Yeah, no. So what's like your least favorite? Let's talk music. Honestly, it's all I really give a shit about these days. What Zoomer music, like what artist stands out to you as like, fuck them, this is a load of rubbish that people listen to them.
I don't know them enough. Like I don't know enough artists to be able to tell you. But like I don't know. I don't think I could name names. I don't.
I tell you who I don't rate, and it's not that I don't think they're talented. I actually think they're one of the more talented current, I guess, pop mainstream artists. But I just don't get them. Like, and it might be because they're very young, and I just can't relate to anything they're saying. Is Billie Eilish? There's not a single Billie Eilish song that I think's good. I've listened to.
I don't like her either.
All the radio hits. To be fair, I've never gone into an album and fucking tried to find deep cuts or anything on it. In fairness, but I don't get it at all.
It doesn't really do anything for me.
She's obviously very talented. I actually think she's very talented, but obviously,
no, I don't.
More so than many others that are making music these days. And that are in the mainstream.
I just don't like shit that's like, I don't know. Like I don't want to be in with the kids. I don't want to be listening to what the kids are listening to. Yeah, well,
you've finally seen the light.
Like I'm older than them. I feel like I've got my own, taste. Mm-hmm. I don't need to fit in and like all that stuff. Like when George is listening to, the cool music, I'm like, that's fucking shit. Like,
Right, okay.
It's weird. I don't like it.
Well, what's George listen to?
To be fair, George does have good music taste for the most part.
I mean, he just posts Blink-182 songs on Instagram, and I'm sort of like,
banging.
You were born in the wrong era, mate.
Top music. But no, I mean, yeah, it's just something like I just am not a big fan of a lot of like this modern rap type music. I like a lot of the old, like, 90s, 2000s type stuff. Yeah. I think it's got a vibe to it, rap music. But I don't know, this modern stuff, it pisses me off. I don't know what it is about it.
Well, I mean, people are looking at this whole Kanye versus Drake, these new albums, like, oh my god, it's such a big thing. I was like, come on, what are we talking about? Like, they're both sort of fucking lame, to be honest. Like, they're both sort of a couple bitches. They're not, like, if this is our generation's Biggie Tupac rivalry, how fucking weak set of bitches is everyone today? You know what I mean? Those guys died. They killed each other. Like, it was fucking serious. Like, it was a real rivalry. And
that's
just
how
got a couple
it's supposed to go. I want Kanye and I want Kanye and Drake to kill each other.
I'm not saying that. I'm just like, why are people even comparing it? Like, why do people want to compare it? Like, that's what it is.
I guess because they're rap giants, I guess. So it's like,
bitch boys is what they are. You've got one guy that's best friends with a 13-year-old girl, which is just fucking weird for everybody. And the other guy's literally
Millie Bobby Brown
insane.
is nearly 18 now, so to be fair.
Yeah, but that was like 5 years ago. And he's fixing her, giving her dating advice, the fucking creep.
Yeah, he's about to drop her.
And then you've got, a literal... Yeah, I know. Watch him never talk to her again as soon as she turns 18. And then you've got a literal insane person that's got the biggest ego on planet Earth that rents out a stadium to build like his old house or something in the middle of, to have like a listening... He's such a fucking wanker. Like, what a fucking knob.
Oh, people are going to be so mad after the show. Honestly, this is going to be our most disliked show of all time.
Honestly, what a fucking knob. And like, I don't think they make bad music either. That's what I'm saying. I just think them as people are fucking a couple of bitches. And the way people adore them is embarrassing. Like, it's fucking embarrassing. They're not good people. They're weird cunts. And if you like their music, that's fine. I honestly have nothing against their music. There's 2 new albums, whatever, but overall, there's worse. There's worse. Fucking Lil Nas, I don't know. A bit weird.
I like him. I like him as a guy.
I like Lil Nas as a guy, but I don't like his music. So it's like the opposite of Drake and Kanye.
Yeah. It's like, well, the music's just not for me. But I think he probably makes like pretty good music, I would guess, if I were
Olivia
a kid.
Rodrigo. Who the fuck is that? I keep seeing?
I actually really like her album.
Is she good? I've not listened
to
it.
She's good. She's good. I think a lot of her songs, because she's quite good at writing, I feel. Like, there's some stuff in there that's good. Like,
is she like the
young,
new Taylor? Because you're a big Taylor... You're a Swiftie. You're what we'd call a Swiftie.
I am. Yeah, it's true. That's true.
How do you feel? This is such a random podcast. I love that this is the direction we're going with this. How do you feel about Taylor Swift re-releasing albums?
Oh, yeah. I actually really like it. I really like it because it's nostalgic for me, but also, like, you can see she's clearly improved. So, like, when you listen to, like, the stuff from Fearless and then the new one, it's the same stuff, but it's just better. Like, she's captured the original, like, essence of her original music, but, like, you can tell she's, like, way older and, like, she knows what she's doing, and, like, there's that vibe to it, and I think that's really nice.
It's got, like, an oomph to it. It's got, like, a veteran's oomph.
Yeah. And it just sounds really good. Like, she doesn't sound like a kid in those anymore. So that's really nice. And it's just, it's just a nice, like, trip down memory lane, because I've been a big fan of Taylor Swift for fucking too long. So it's good. I can't fucking wait for her to re-release Red. That's going to be so big. And she's got like...
Is that a good one? Is Red a good one?
Red is my favorite.
Okay. That's the one that there's an Ed Sheeran song on it, yeah?
Everything has changed. Yeah.
I like that song, and I'm not mad at that song. I like the music video. I really enjoy... I like a good music video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a really good music video. Yeah.
Where you think it's like little Ed and Taylor or something, but it's like their kids or something. Yeah. That's a good music video.
It's really nice. But yeah, I mean, Taylor Swift is... Because all of her main, like, pop singles are all, like, basic pop songs. But she's actually such a good writer. Like, when you listen to her really, like, her really, like, down-to-earth, heartfelt, just her with a guitar type stuff, she's really good. She's really, really good at that stuff. Like, some of her stuff on her new albums that she wrote, like, during lockdown, like, Folklore is just a banger of an album from start to finish. Just, like, every single song is written so well. It's just really good shit. So Taylor
There's a
Swift is underrated.
song on that Folklore one, that new one. So I'm not a big I don't have anything against Taylor Swift. There's some of her songs. Obviously, the crazy part about it is I feel like I know every word to every hit, and I've never downloaded any of her music on my phone. It's just so random that everyone knows her music. But there's something on that new one. Yeah, is it Folklore Evermore?
Oh, that was she did. Yeah, she did two because she did
it with Bon Iver. There was I listened on YouTube to a live version of the song she did with Bon Iver, and that blew me away. It was very acoustic, very raw. I was like, wow, that's a impressive performance from both of them.
Yeah. Evermore's a good album. I prefer Folklore, but they're both good.
Okay. And then when's
when
she re-releasing Red?
November. I'm not sure what date, but it's November. And there's a bunch of new songs on there, stuff that was originally supposed to be on Red that got cut and whatever. So she's just doing all of it. Okay. And Red was already a really long album. Red has a lot of songs on it, and they're all really good. But I'm interested to hear the new ones and stuff that she's doing. So yeah, it's good.
Because I'm looking at the top charts at the moment. This is on Apple's charts, but it's also the Australian charts. So say what you want. But all the artists, to be fair, I know most of them. Not that I'm but Marshmello has a song with the Jonas Brothers. What the fuck? What are the Jonas Brothers doing? When the fuck
they're doing
did they
bits
come
and
back?
bobs, aren't they? They're all back and really, really big and popular.
Ariana Grande, she's still around.
She's still doing bits.
Talentless hack.
I liked her first album, and then she started releasing rap music, and I'm just not really into it. Is it rap music? I don't know. It's just that music that has that fake drum beat in the background that's clearly from a computer and not a real drum. I fucking hate
it's
that.
fake music, as you were saying.
Yeah, fake.
Yeah. What the fuck is Doja Cat?
What?
That's an artist.
That sounds
like a
meme.
Need to Know by Doja Cat.
Doge.
It's ranked 13. They've got 4 songs in the charts in the top 25. Kiss Me More, featuring SZA.
Wow.
What the fuck are these names? Lil Nas X, Main.
Oh yeah, I
Skin,
see Doja Cat here on the UK charts.
Billie Eilish. Ugh. Glass Animals. These are some weird names. Elton John has a song? Elton John and Dua Lipa.
Wow, what a fucking pairing. What the fuck?
That's number 3. And then you've got Ed Sheeran's Bad Habits, which is, a terrible fucking song.
Yeah, Bad Habits. God.
And then Stay is number 1. The Kid Leroy and Justin Bieber. Oh, the Biebs.
Justin Bieber.
The Biebs. He's number 1.
He released a new album recently, didn't he?
You're asking the wrong guy.
He did. I'm just checking. He did. Justice.
Okay. What songs
good,
are on that?
actually.
What songs are on that? What's the radio hit? What's the
what was it called? Holy? Was Holy the one that was the single?
That wasn't that fucking years ago? Holy? I thought that's forever ago.
No, it was 2021.
No way.
It was 2020.
Okay.
I think.
Justin Bieber. Let's have a look. Let's look at the latest album. What's he got? Justice. I know one of them. It was. Oh, was it? Maybe you're right. Maybe it was Holy. I thought it was called something else. Oh no, I don't think I've heard anything on this album actually.
I listened to it through once and I was like, this is pretty fun. It's pretty good.
I think it's the other one before it that Intentions or something. Yeah, I know that song. That was on the one before it. Changes.
Right. I never listened to the album.
I think I listened to a couple songs and I didn't really think it was that any good, to be honest. I think that one song I thought was okay. Yeah, I mean, the Biebs is... I mean, it's the Biebs. The Biebs the Biebs.
That is true. You're definitely right.
The Biebs is the Biebs. What the fuck? He released 3 albums in the first year as an artist? Jesus Christ, they were just pumping shit out.
Yeah. Classic My World 2.0.
2011. Oh my god. They made him do a whole acoustic version, and it's him holding a guitar as if he played it and sang.
Oh, Believe acoustic is a fucking banger. That's such a good album. I used to listen to the shit out of that.
Which one?
Believe acoustic.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Fucking love it. Take You.
What?
It's a banger. Nothing Like Us. Oh, beautiful.
I feel like I smell fart. That's the face I'm making. It's like I've smelled a bad fart. But fucking...
Hey, you just never listen to good music.
Yeah, you're right. Justin Bieber. That's what he's known
Man,
for.
isn't it weird? I used to like fucking Justin Bieber and One Direction and Taylor Swift.
I was about to say,
like...
weren't you a big... Dude, you're a fucking 12-year-old girl.
I know, right?
Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, and One Direction.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, but also you'd probably what else did 12-year-old girls like back then? Fucking, you would probably throb on Panic at the Disco or something like that.
Oh, Panic at the Disco is my shit, man. That was my favorite band for
Fall Out
ages.
Boy and shit. Yeah, I bet it was.
Yes, Fall Out Boy, Paramore, All Time Low is my favorite.
Oh God.
Amazing. Pop punk.
Asa
it's
basic. Well, is that
where
really
it's
pop punk, or is that
Yeah,
just
that's
like
pop
Asa?
punk.
Well, it's so basic pop punk.
Nah, but it's great though. Panic at the Disco. Fall Out Boy, come on. From Under the Cork Tree is a banger of an album.
Whatever, bro. I don't know what you're saying.
Oh,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
it's quality.
When I was in high school, I only listened to like heavy metal, I swear. Metalcore, post-hardcore. It was like, all my friends hung around, and when I played like instruments and was in a band with my mates, all we listened to was like Avenged Sevenfold, Metallica, and then we were listening to fucking Amity Affliction, Parkway Drive, A Day to Remember, like Bring Me the Horizon. I'd never had that phase. I was like, the girls were watching or listening to Biebs and One Direction. And we were like, no, fuck that. Well, this is real music, fucking metal.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I love the fucking cry song, you know?
Yeah.
Give me all the sub rock. Give me, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. I've gone on like a weird musical journey. Like I used to like all that pop stuff, and I mean, like obviously Taylor Swift have some good shit. And I think Justin Bieber did too. But
There's only one, that 2015 album he did with
that was
Love
really
Yourself
good.
song. That's the only piece of work Bieber's done that I think is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also put out, what was the song around that time that wasn't his as well, but Ed also wrote that, because Ed wrote Love Yourself, but he also wrote Cold Water, and Biebs was on that. I thought that was a banger too. It was around that period. I was like, what's that? You don't like Cold Water?
I don't remember it.
Dude, come, listen to it. Just put it on right now.
Hang on, let me find
Obviously, you can't play it over the
No, you cannot.
over it, but it's you
I can
fucking
just
know
throw it
Cold
on
Water.
here.
This is like university time. Like, this is when I was going to like Asian Beer Cafe in Melbourne Central. This was the song. It was like Shape of You and Cold Water. Those are the two songs that stand out to
I
me.
remember
Like,
this.
that would play and everyone would, it's a billion view song. Yeah, it's a great song.
Oh, this is 2016 vibes. Holy fuck.
Dude,
this song used to be all over musically.
This is actually a great song though. I haven't heard this in forever.
Oh, this is like a classic.
And you see what I mean? This is obviously also fake music, but I actually
It
don't
is
have a problem
fake
with it because
music,
it's
yeah, this is
supposed
fake
to.
music, yeah.
Like, obviously, this explains to people what I meant when I was getting angry. Because since they're fake music, and that's fine, doesn't mean it's bad on everything. It's just I hate on Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is an acoustic artist, but Bieber's a fake music artist, so it makes sense. He's a beat boop, as I call it, beat boop artist. That's what fake music is. It's beat boop.
You sound like a fucking granddad.
But it is. It's beep boop. You know, every song's the same. Beep boop boop beep boop. That's every song. That's all of them. That's all of what you're listening to, and it's rubbish.
Oh yeah, I do remember this song. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a.
I enjoyed.
Bop.
That was like I think I mostly like it because it was like dance music when I used to go clubbing a lot,
Right.
and it's just a bit of a nostalgia vibe trip at the
Do
moment.
you think that's how people feel about Shape of You? Or do you think they fucking hate it, same as everybody else?
I mean, I don't hate Shape of You. It was obviously
I
overplayed.
do.
It was obviously overplayed, but I definitely don't hate it.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
But I guess I didn't like. I'm not a radio listener, and I very much pick every piece of music I listen to, in the sense of I don't put
same.
on random playlists that are gonna play the top hits right now, and Shape of You is gonna be on all of them or anything. Like, I don't do that. I'll put on playlists of related artists, not top, but I don't listen to top. Like, there's nothing in the top 25 that I have on my phone I would listen to, or any artist on there that I listen to, other than Ed Sheeran. But right now, I think, you know, what he's been putting out is trash. But I had to convince you and the people that he's actually going to come out with a banger album in Equals. which I believe will be. It's not going to be better than Divide or Plus or anything, but I still think it's going to be a banger. He's just put out the 2 worst songs first.
Yeah,
got that out of the way. Yeah. I mean, Overpass Graffiti, I showed you a bit of that, and that's like, that's a fucking, as I said, it's a David Jerome song. It's a David Jerome song. Sounds like a David Jerome song. It reads like a David Jerome song. It's a David Jerome song.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm feeling it.
Man, it's fucking mental how many fucking listens Bad Habits has already. 500 million. Compared to Visiting Hours, which is on 43 million.
Yeah. Well, it's because people...
Perfect on 1.8 billion.
Yeah.
Shape of You, 2.9 billion. Fuck, man.
Billion what? Streams?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Shape of You's on like 4.5 billion views on YouTube.
Yeah, it's mental.
Yeah. Is it the most viewed song, or is Despacito still?
Fuck, I don't even know.
Shape of You is 5.4 billion views.
Oh no, Despacito is 7.5 billion. God, Despacito, what a great track.
It almost has more views than there are people on Earth.
That's mental.
Yeah.
So many views.
Yeah. I'm listening to Shape of You now.
Ugh.
Wow, yeah, it's I mean, I would rather listen to Shape of You any day before Bad Habits. Any day, and you can't tell me you wouldn't agree.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, no, I would too.
Yeah.
But it's my mum fucking had Shape of You on repeat on fucking Alexa. Yeah,
okay.
Because my mum loves Ed Sheeran, but it's the type of song, like, my mum is just a sucker for fucking pop music. So as soon as like there's something like that, I mean, I'm sure Shivers is a song that my mum probably does have on every Saturday morning.
Right. Okay. He did put out today an acoustic version of it, and I'm like, this is what it sounds way better. It sounds maybe 1,000 times better. I can actually listen to that. Not much. I could probably listen to it like 10 times, then I'll be done with it. Mm-hmm. But it's not like a deep cut Ed song that I'll probably listen to 1,000 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm.
Or any John Mayer song for that matter. I've been listening to. I'll tell you what I've been feeling the last few months. And it's probably because of the deep cold depression I went through. A lot of country. I like country. I've always liked country, but I've really been deep diving into, like, I found so many country artists now that I'm like, holy shit, I love them. So I've been listening to a lot of country lately. A lot of great artists I'm finding, and I'm enjoying that. Great for driving. Great driving music.
Yes, country is perfect for driving.
So I've really been enjoying that. I'm looking at, because Apple Music lets you look at your top 100 for the year, like most played songs. Mm-hmm. And there's like, I've listened, only one country song's in the top 10 of most played this year. So maybe it's not as much as I think. And 4 sub rock songs in my top 10 most played this year already. Mm-hmm. So, that's no surprise there. But it's a strange order. Carry Me Away is number 4 most played song this year, which I don't know how. I feel like I haven't listened to that much. But maybe I have. Till the Right One Comes is number 5. Last Train Home's number 6. Shot in the Dark's number 7.
Damn.
Of most played. Yeah, that's a Mayer. But top 3 is not Mayer. Top 3 is metal.
Right. Yeah. Going back to the classic.
Well, it's more of like, I still listen to a lot of metal, don't get me wrong. I'm either listening to John Mayer or John Mayer-esque artists, right? Country or like singer-songwriter, that sort of shit. Or I'm listening to metal. Like at the gym, I'm listening to Paul Harris, Amity, Asking Alexandria, Bring Me, all that sort of stuff. So like the top number 1 song is Masochist by Paul Harris, which is my go-to running album. That album is still, for the last 2 years, has, I think, been my most played album. It's called The Death of Me. And it is, the last 2 years' most played album. And it's just because I run to it. It's like so great to like do a boxing workout to, go for a run to. So yeah, that's the go-to. That's the go-to. I'm trying to see, and I would have thought a lot of David Jerome. Like I would have had like Den Sessions, a lot of that in my top, songs of the year. But then I realized I've listened to Den Sessions 10 trillion times before the album ever released anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's sort of why it's not It's
Yeah, that
not.
makes
Because I was sort of like, by the time the album came out, I was like, all right, I'm done with Den Sessions now. I've heard it so much. Like, just so much. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway. That's, fuck me, Dad. We've been talking about music for 40 minutes.
Yeah. There you go, something new. People are not going to be happy by the end of this. They're going to be like, wait, they shit on Kanye and Drake to talk about fucking Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't sitting here bragging about Taylor Swift or Justin Bieber or anything. But
no, I was, though.
Yeah, that's true. I tell you what, speaking of One Direction, I tell you who I like from One Direction.
Mm-hmm.
Niall Horan. That last album he
good.
put out, Heartbreak Weather, was incredible. It was actually so well produced.
Yeah.
Like, whoever worked with him on that album and, like, made, like, the sounds, but more than anything, like, I guess the direction they took with it, nailed it. Unbelievable. Maybe it was him. I can't imagine it was him. I can't imagine one of the One Direction guys came up with that sort of shit. I'm sure he surrounded himself with good
talented.
people.
They're good guys.
They're musically talented. I'm no doubt that he wrote the songs, but I'm talking about music production, and I just can't imagine he came up with that sort of. Maybe he did.
Not.
I don't know. I'm not.
He probably had a hand in it though, right? He's probably there.
I'm sure. Well, he obviously has to agree to it, and like, but I'm sure he was guided a lot of it. But great album, fantastic album. A lot of great songs in there. Even when we wrote "Man for You" and came up with a whistle, it was inspired by the song "Still." That was what I thought of. "Still" by Niall Horan on that album, which is my favorite song on that album. Probably my favorite Niall song. At the end, he outros with a whistle, and that's what I brought up on stream with David. I was like, "Dude, what if we put a whistle in there, like a Niall Horan type thing?" And that's when we came up with it. So, fan. I want to like Harry Styles because I think his voice is incredible, but I just struggle. I don't
vibe with his solo music very much.
Yeah,
although he is good at what he does. But.
Yeah, I liked "Adore You." I thought it was a decent enough song. But like "Watermelon Sugar," I was like, nah, bro, that's not it. That's not it. It's just not it, man. That's okay.
You fucked up, Harry.
Yeah. Anyway. That's a couple of boomers talking about music for 45 minutes.
Let's go.
What else is going on? Are you watching any TV shows at the moment? Any movies you've seen? Like what's going on?
I mean, the only thing I'm really watching, I guess, is the Marvel What If, as and when they sort of drop.
Oh, God. I haven't seen any of that. I do not want to watch that.
They're fine. There's some that are like good that I actually thought would like actually really captivated me. There was two specific where I'm like, these are actually really good. The Doctor Strange one and the Avengers one. But other than that, they've been a bit like, they're just kind of like, there's some ones that are just like dumb concepts. Like, what if Killmonger saved Tony Stark? Like, yeah, what if something weird like that happened? But like, also, that's not as interesting as like, what if one tiny thing changed? That's the most interesting concepts to me. Which is like the Doctor Strange one is like one tiny thing is different, but that affects the entire timeline and it makes it so interesting. And it's also really dark, that one too, which is really nice. But it's been,
just
fine.
The way you said that was fucking
What do you mean?
weird.
What did I say?
It was really dark, so that was nice.
I mean, it was a dark episode. It went to some dark places. It was all about death, and it was just fucking morbid. But it was good though. Which was nice. But overall, it's just been like, yeah, whatever. It's about what I expected from What If. Not something you really need to watch. Some people think it's going to play into the larger MCU, but I just don't think.
No, I don't see how fake television would fit into the larger...
Fake television, yeah. There it is.
You like what I did there?
Yeah, that's good.
God, I love upsetting people.
Yeah.
But, okay, this leads into a segue, because honestly... how much people get upset about shit that I'm starting to get fucking over it. I'm starting to get fucking embarrassed with these people. And I'm talking about our fucking community, everyone on the internet that gets upset about things like I said I didn't like synth music in an Ed Sheeran song and people are blowing up about it. Or like
it's because they
make fun of cartoons.
Pedestal,
People get upset about it.
They want you to agree with them.
The fact that IGN makes a fucking poll, like you're talking like once was or a mid-tier, and they're barely a mid-tier website anymore. They're barely mid. And they make like best games of all time poll on Instagram. Like that matters. And people are getting upset by it. Like,
it's because they see him as like the authoritative figure. Like, you know?
You're a fucking beta, bitch. You're a fucking beta. Like, imagine, like, and I hate saying that shit. Like, that's like 2017 thing to say. But honestly, like, that's some,
hey man,
that's some fucking.
You're a
beta
beta
behavior.
Male. You're
That's
a little bitchy boy.
That's some fucking beta behavior in my opinion.
No, yeah, but it's a weird one. I think people just
To like give a shit what IGN says. Like,
I don't know.
What
I
wasn't
don't
Red
know
Dead
why
Redemption
you
2
would
even
care.
nominated? Like fake poll. I'm like, yes, it is. Because it's nothing to do with any. It's IGN on Instagram.
Yeah, it's
you
not
know
anything,
what I mean?
man. It's
like,
why
who
is this something
follows
to care about?
IGN on Instagram? Like, what?
Oh, it's weird. Like, I get these, like, it's like I'll get comments on my ranking videos where people are getting really upset. And I'm like, why does it matter, though? Like, why does it... Like, I have never watched a ranking video and gotten upset with it. Like, it's just fun to watch a ranking video. Like, if I watch someone rank, like, the Kingdom Hearts games or whatever, doesn't mean I agree with everything they've said, but, like, it's just fun to see what they think and why they've done what they've done. Like, that, to me, is a fun exercise to see why people have put things in certain places. I just can't imagine watching a ranking video and, like, being really, really mad. Like, I can't believe you've done this. Dislike the video because you put Rogue in 7th place. Like, who the fuck cares? The fuck are we doing? So dumb.
I'm getting really upset. Like, I was, like, getting, like, laughing when people were getting upset by it. Like, laughing at... I knew, I was like, Amir's going to fucking retweet this, and it's going to be so embarrassing.
Ratio.
It'll be like, I can't believe Red Dead Redemption... Like, so ridiculous. GTA was nominated, but Red Dead Redemption... I'm like, what? Who? What? Like, who? No. Who cares? Why are you even responding to this?
I think it's because these people see IGN as, like, they've got a responsibility to represent correctly the opinions of everyone. That's what I think that people think of IGN as. Like,
you can't represent the opinions of everyone. That's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard.
I mean, it's what they did. It's a poll. So.
It doesn't, but it's not. But who's everyone? Everyone's not who votes on the poll. That's just the people that vote on the poll. That's not everyone.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because, like, it's these people
the
complaining.
world all voted on that poll? The world voted on it? Everybody?
The people that vote, or the people that are complaining, aren't people that even watch IGN. So it's not like they're even IGN's audience. So, like, what's the point? I don't really understand. Like, I guess that they just think, like, oh, IGN is this central gaming platform. Why are they being so biased? Like, but, like, who cares anyway? I just don't. It's a weird one. I don't really know why people care so much about these things. It just doesn't really matter what other people think on anything. It's supposed to be like interesting to see other opinions.
So embarrassing.
Like, I don't understand why people care so much. Like, I like seeing someone, like, if someone doesn't like something that I like to see why they think that, because it's interesting. It's not going to make me mad, unless of course, like, they're saying really dumb shit, in which case it's going to be, like, frustrating because that's really dumb. But I don't know.
Well, but that's what these people are getting upset about, because they think, because Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't nominated, it's dumb. You know what I mean?
Was it not even nominated?
No, it wasn't even nominated.
Wasn't even in the running.
But that's funny to me. Like, then why? Then as soon as you hear that, then okay, we don't take this seriously. Obviously, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. What was in the running?
I don't know. Who cares? I just saw the end
I'm
result.
interested.
It was God of War, and I've retweeted it because I'm like, this will upset people.
It was
And
on
it
their
did.
Instagram.
It worked like a fucking treat to upset everybody.
Yeah, true.
All I had to say was, objectively, God of War is the best game of all time now, because IGN, like I said, it was the most sarcastic load of rubbish tweet I've ever done. And so the first response I got was someone, like, doing an asterisk going, subjectively, asterisk.
Oh my god.
And it's like, oh my god. You know what I mean? The fucking fun police show up. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's really funny.
No. What are we doing? What are we doing? Can't have fun
Subjectively,
anymore.
Tyler, alright?
You can't have fun anymore.
Everything's got to be unbiased, right? Listen.
And I've also got to make it can't just be unbiased. It's also like, I need to say it in a context for every person to understand. So I've got to explain every sentence 50 times. So when I say, man, I hate this fucking synth and this head tunes on this fucking, I just find it's like fake. I've then got to explain, just so that everyone that likes synth music, I'm not saying that synth's fake. I'm saying, like, who are we? I'm not a fucking robot. And you
So
listen to
dumb.
us because we sit here and we're just ourselves. I'm not going to fucking sit here and pander to you.
Yeah.
You're not fucking children. Like, what do you
Just
want?
understand the fucking nuance of what people say, and it's just that simple, really.
I'm drinking red wine in my bedroom, wearing a fucking hat. You know what I mean?
Wearing a hat?
Inside. Yeah, I'm wearing a hat. My hair's really long. So when I'm like, don't do my hair gets in my eyes and shit. So I wear hats a bit these days. Just because I'm not going to fucking...
What kind of hat?
It's just a cap, but I wear it backwards.
Oh,
Just to
that's
sort of
cool.
cover-
That's really cool.
It's a very dad. I feel like it's a bit of a dad vibe that I'm going for.
Yeah.
Suburban dad that's like holding on to the glory days. That's the sort of vibe I'm going for.
Yeah,
at the moment.
you hold an American football in one arm.
Yes, yeah, and the American flag in another arm.
Yes.
Yeah, and a hot dog in my butthole. So
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm going for at the moment. But yeah, because if I do my hair, then it's fine. It's going to slick back, stay in place. It's no problem. But if I've just had a shower and up to night time, I'm not putting anything in it. It'll just fucking flop about. So I'll wear a hat in that case. It's a new hat. It's an Australian beer brand, Bloke. Shout out to Bloke in a bar. For any Australians who want to fucking have a crack at some good beer, there you go. The unofficial sponsors of the As Always podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Suburban Dad. What vibe are you going for, James? I feel like you're going for the old James Welford vibe.
Yeah,
Very
you know,
much
the old just woke up and doesn't have a job vibe.
I mean, you looked terrible in that stream before. When I went...
Thanks, man.
I came on when I was like, man, James looks fucking so tired.
Yeah. It's my sleep schedule's fucked. I went to sleep at actually, to be fair, it wasn't that bad. I went to sleep at 3 a.m. and so I got like 7 hours sleep. So it's not that bad.
When you're like, it wasn't that bad, I was like, just after midnight. Not that bad. It's not bad. 3 a.m. Like, just awful. That's what are you talking about?
It's been bad, yeah. It's been really bad.
That's when I have to wake up for work. Like, what do you mean?
It's it's been weird. I've been going to sleep at 5 a.m. It's just been like the good old days, you know?
Yeah. Well, if you're a real fucking Sigma, you'd fucking just stay up all night and fucking nose the grindstone. It's 5 a.m. or something.
I wouldn't sleep. Yeah, exactly. That's what Sigma males do. You don't sleep. You've got no time for sleep because you're always planning your next move. So, you know, there you go.
I don't know why I found that so funny.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's the Sigma memes. They're fucking funny. I have got a folder.
I'm just planning my next move.
I've got a big folder on my phone of overly serious quotes that I keep saving every so often because Ben and George and Jas find them really funny.
Yeah.
So I've got these just when people think they're the main character of life and they post these really meaningful things. And it's just so funny because it's who the fuck are you? You're just some random guy from fucking Idaho. Why are you posting this really meaningful thing on Twitter? It really makes me laugh. I've got a lot of funny ones.
Yeah. Just share some.
Let me find a funny one.
Memes. Is this the most Clubhouse As Always podcast of all time?
It might be. It might be. Let us know if you like this episode and we'll do more.
Because if you do, this is patreon.com.
Yeah. Oh, there's that too. All right, here we go. We've got one here. The image is I'll try send this to Josh so we can put it up on screen. But
this is the most fun I've had on the As Always podcast in ages. I haven't to talk about fucking video games.
Yeah, look, we're having a good time. It's a bunch of pebbles and it's all a bit out of focus. And there is an hourglass sitting in the pebbles.
Are you sending
the
this on the Snapchat?
over the top? I will send it. I'm just gonna read it. Okay. And then so it says. Wait, actually, I'll send it first.
Just you describing it. I can already imagine what the type of quote is someone made in word art or something. I gotta go into
my folder. Hold on, where is my folder? Oh my god, is this all in
Microsoft Paint?
Order? Here we go. Send. Does that say you send? Did that work?
Yeah, something I can download. Something's here.
Is it not popped up as a picture? Is it sending as a what the fuck?
It's a file. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Hang on, let me open that. Oh god, I have to open it in Chrome. Oh, now I've got it. We're open. Okay. Oh, okay. I love this. Yourquote.in.
Yeah. Do you want to read it? You can read it.
Yeah. But what I love about it is more than anything. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. We'll get into it. Holy shit! I'll screenshot and send this to Josh so it's on a fucking file. In all capitals, passive income is a must because you may tire, but your money will never retire.
What the fuck
And the
does that mean?
quotes from, and it's like some like meaningful, serious quote. But then it's like, God, who said the quote? And it's not like some inspirational person. It's jugdishahua.com. What the fuck? Is that what it is?
That's who came up with that quote, man. But yeah,
What
I
the
guess.
fuck?
I guess. Oh, man.
What the fuck?
Some of these are like shit that I think my mum would post on Facebook. Like, she's just very serious.
Oh, your mum tagged me because I don't have Facebook on my phone or anything, but I got an email saying your mum tagged me in a photo on Facebook,
There's another one for you.
and I haven't seen it, and I feel bad. I feel guilty.
Oh, I literally never use Facebook.
I haven't been on in a very long time, but it was my birthday this week, so I'm like, I assume that's what it was about.
Oh, maybe, yeah. My mum tags me all the time and shit, and I don't see it for months.
Yeah. So many random friend requests from people I definitely don't know. Well, there was people that I thought didn't reach out to me for my birthday. There's a friend of mine that I was quite upset with. That I'm like, you're a bit of a dog for not to be like. It's one of my best friends, and so I was a bit like, what the fuck? Why haven't I heard from him? But he's posted on my Facebook wall, and I'm like, come on, mate. You know I don't use Facebook. What the fuck?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, this is weird. One from your mum, a post from your mum. So shout out to Julie Welford.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Weird. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh,
There's
send more of these memes.
I sent you another one.
Underestimate me. That'll be fun.
Imagine posting that.
Yeah. Underestimated me. That'll be fun.
We got him.
Fuck. What the fuck? What are we talking about? Oh, God.
It's just my favorite thing. I love a good serious quote.
Yeah. Surely you've got more than that. Surely you got more than this. These are okay. I need like your best ones. I need your best ones.
God,
I need you
let's see. Which ones do I think are the best?
Yeah, I need your best ones because these have been good, but I haven't I feel like you can do better than this, personally.
Oh, this one doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Let me find this. Where is it? Where the fuck's Skype gone? This one doesn't make any fucking sense. It's also got watermarks all over it too.
Oh, God. Some things break your heart, but fix your vision.
Yeah, man.
Okay. It's like, it's so shallow.
I know.
Like, I can get amongst a legit, real good quote. Sometimes you see it and you're like, you know what? For whatever reason, that's actually made me think. But there's nothing deep about any of this. Some things break your heart, but fix your vision. But there's also no grammar in it either, and the way it's spaced out in lines really fucking pisses me off. This is just annoying. This is bothering me more than anything, making me laugh. 3 things to keep private. 1, love life. 2, income. 3, next move.
There you go. That's a good one.
That was good. I like that one. Your love life, income, your next move.
You got to keep your next move secret.
Yeah, well, you can't,
You're always got to be planning your next side hustle.
Well, a real Sigma male has several arch enemies.
Exactly. Exactly.
A real Sigma male.
You got a few arch nemesises.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're always going to be coming for you. They want to see you fail.
Well, the Sigma male mentality is trust no one.
Trust no one.
Trust no one.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is. That's just what it is.
Trust no one.
Trust no one.
Only trust yourself. Don't even trust yourself.
Well, I would say so. I would say that's...
Yeah. Yourself can be your greatest enemy.
I feel like this is one of those quotes. Yourself can be your greatest enemy.
You are your own greatest enemy.
Can we make
Asalways.com.
Can we make someone put like asalways.com at the end?
We could do that.
Oh god, what would be a funny one?
We
What
could put them on
would be
t-shirts.
this-
Oh my god, this is where I get to be autistic.
Oh, we could honestly have a whole merch range of like
Oh, yes.
Sigma male
Quotes.
memes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good, actually.
Where the fuck did that photo go? I'm trying to send them to Josh. Oh, there it is.
Go on, Josh. Laugh at the memes, Josh.
Yeah. Because I just try to like remember to send him everything that we do. And then he always gets weirded out by it.
Yeah. That's what we like. It's crazy how many clips we've been getting recently of the podcasts.
What do you mean?
Like, we've just been getting loads. We're getting so many clips.
Like on the Clips channel, we probably should post them on the Clips channel.
Yeah, there's been none on the Clips channel, but I mean, like, people just tweeting them at us or like using them as reaction things on Discord. Like that clip of George being like, "Whoa," is like really aggressive. People keep using that all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or like his American accent one about like, we're gonna have a fucking problem, buddy. Like, that's
Listen
a
here,
good
pal.
one.
We're gonna have a problem, bud. That's good. You fucking dork.
George is so funny, dude. George
that's
is
the best.
fucking hilarious. Oh, he's really like, people have really seen and discovered through the Four Pillars podcast, seeing him on a podcast like way more frequently. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is funny all the time, not just as like a guest.
It's been really
once in a
good.
while.
Shit, the
He's
Tyler
always
just
got it on,
disconnected.
and he
Goes
doesn't know
five
it. He doesn't
past.
even know. How
Keeps
funny
having a
he is.
5 past now. Yeah, he's gone. Yo.
Yeah, cool. Love that.
That's good.
Yeah, that was good.
It's happening at
I
5
really
past now. It's new time.
Yeah, it is. It's changed. It's changed. It's regularly happening at that time, so that's cool. I like that. It's just changing it up. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
good.
keeping it different. But I was just talking about how funny I thought George is. I think George
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's good.
You know.
A lot of people. Yeah, it's nice to see us. He's like the most present in the community these days. I feel like we're all
Is he
having a
the
rough
most
time.
present?
Yeah, I feel like. I mean, maybe I am, but George
Still
is
feel
like
you are.
about a lot.
He is
I feel like
he
he's
is
also
about.
on his game as well. Whereas I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I know. This year's been weird when you look at the Four Pillars. It's been a weird
know.
year. It's certainly not what the year I expected
No.
when we started and we launched the Four Pillars Network. And I sort of thought, man, like it was going to be a blow up year for us as a community. And it's
Yeah,
not that
yeah.
like, I mean, I think we've been doing fantastic. I think our content we've been putting out on the network and everywhere has been great. I've been loving the podcast and I always do, but it's just been weird. We've all been off here and there. In different ways that we've never been. In the last 7 years we've all been working together, or 5 to 7. We've never been this off, especially all at once, where I've needed breaks, you've needed breaks, Ethan's needed breaks, and George has been around really consistently, to be fair to him, but also, we've all had rough times here and there. It's been fucking so weird.
It's been a weird year, yeah. And I think the community's felt it too, because I did bring this up the other day on Discord to everyone. Just that the community feels different. There's a different vibe about it, and everyone agreed with me. Like, everything feels a bit down. Like, there's not the right vibes around.
There's not the right
And,
vibes.
like,
There's
yeah,
not the,
like,
you know what? There's not the right vibes around.
there's not the right
agree
vibes,
with
and
you.
we know about vibes, so...
We know about vibes, so how we operate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So it's
function.
just, we need to bring the vibes.
But is it like, can you ever catch it again? And I'm, the same way. I feel like it has to be something different because
Yeah.
what was it? The vibes came from a shared love of something, and it could be some big movies coming out, some big video games, or whatever. But those sorts of things have died.
Yeah,
know
there's
what I
nothing
mean?
happening right now. Like, that's the thing, and I think that's one of the big reasons for it is, like, look back to when, The Last of Us Part 2 was coming out, Ghost of Tsushima was coming out. The community was buzzing because there was big games we were all looking forward to that were coming out, and it was really exciting.
Yeah.
But it's been dead since. Like, the last big one probably was Ghost. Like, I can't think of another
No,
big
it was
game.
after Redacted.
Oh,
Honestly,
yeah, I completely forgot that
Redacted,
even came out. Fuck.
dude,
yeah.
Redacted killed this community.
Yeah, it
It did some real damage. Redacted company and Redacted game.
Yeah, I think it exhausted
Did some
everyone in a
damage.
lot
It
of
did some
ways. And especially me, like, I was exhausted after the game itself, but also then after everything that happened with
Redacted.
being what they are. It just was exhausting. And like,
Dude,
for a while,
I didn't play a video game for 6 months.
yeah,
afterwards.
it's
literally
rough.
like, it actually broke me in terms of video. I
Actually
stopped enjoying, like, I genuinely stopped enjoying video games. Like the having to play that game and how bad, honestly, how terrible of a game it was. It was so bad and I felt forced to play it for like over 100 hours.
Yeah.
And it was genuinely so bad of a game from start to finish. Everything about it was terrible. It's a god awful game. And I was like, I don't want to play anything anymore. I just don't want to fucking play anything.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore. It's not fun to sit down and play games. And I've been trying to get back into it here and there, but I honestly have been enjoying my life not thinking about video games, not playing games. And it's hard, like, because I don't want to lose this stuff. And I'll always do these podcasts, but I don't want to lose the community and my connection to it. Like, I feel like I'm more involved in the community this year than any other year, but I'm only involved in one circle, and that's the As Always circle. Like, you know, I'm on the Discord more than I've ever been on the Discord. But again, I'm only in As Always chat. That's like my, you know, the sacred chat. I was doing Clubhouse every single week while you're on break. Like, I felt like I've made a connection with, like, the As Always side of the community in a way I've never done. Like, I feel closer to a lot of them than ever, but it's different now. And what I do here on podcasts is different now. I don't care about talking about games anymore. I care about talking about life and interests, and, you know, what we're saying to these people actually matters in the sense of it influences decisions they make and what they do. And when we've been dealing with fucking Redacted company and a games industry that's full of fucked, you know, cultures, I just feel like that whole period, like, it wasn't even just like Redacted game that ruined my love for games. It was also the Redacted company, Blizzard, Activision, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of that stuff. It's just like, I hate this. I hate this industry that we've been involved in for so many years. This industry that doesn't want us in it anyway. You know what I mean? It never wanted us. And we've been trying so hard for years to make an impact and make a name for us. I'm like, I don't want to make a name for myself here. I don't want anything to do with it. I resent it.
That's fair.
I resent it.
That's fair. I get it. It's been rough coming out of
Redacted.
stuff, because I think that's
Bleep
what
that.
really
Bleep it, Josh.
killed a lot of the
Obviously bleep that.
vibe. Yeah, you can believe that. I think it killed a lot of the vibe in the community, because, like, I really miss when
Redacted.
wasn't as like this bad. Like, when all they did was make, you know, kind of shit games, because it was just fun.
Who'd
Like,
have thought
we
we'd
could
missed
just
the
fucking-
Unity Syndicate days? You know what
Like,
I mean?
honestly,
like, those were fucking prime era.
Yeah,
Redacted.
like, who the fuck cares if there's a good one? I would never want a good one
At this
again.
point, yeah. At this point,
But
yeah.
I do wish that you know, my life was just goofing off on those games, because it was fucking fun. Like, as bad as, and I think that's one of the main reasons why I enjoyed the newest Redacted so much, is because it really was just fucking fun. Like, the vibes were fun. If the game sucked, it just doesn't matter. Like, I don't give a shit if the game's good or bad, but it was just so fun to have this group of people that were all in the same boat for the same reason, and we were all just like, my first stream of that game, I had 2,000 people watching, which is just insane, and it was just fucking fun. The game was not, but the streams were fun as fuck. And we need something to somehow bring everyone together again. I just don't know how we're going to do it and in what way, or whether we're going to have to look for a new audience, or, you know, how does it work? Because even, like, the people that we're really close to in the community have all spread out now. It feels like there's a big disconnect too between people that show up to streams and people that are active on Discord. It's like different groups of people. Whereas we all used to be one big community unit where you felt like the sense of family and the sense of
there's
you know,
cliques now. There's definitely
closeness.
cliques now.
And it's just, it feels like everyone's just gone their separate ways.
Do
And,
you?
like, I don't
And
want
this
that.
is a deep thing I'm about to ask you that
Alright.
relates to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right now. Do you feel like it's because the four pillars have felt like they've gone their separate ways in some ways?
I do feel like I think it's a part of everything. I think partly it's due to, Redacted and the business with that. The fact that one of the facts is we've all 100% left it behind now. So it's that hard line of we're definitely never doing that again. So that people know now for sure, like, okay, I don't need to be around anymore because I only watch for that one thing, right? Yeah. There's obviously the other part of like the seriousness of it all. Like, I think that was a big downer for a lot of people. I mean, it was for me. Like, I hated my job for a while because a lot of it was all based around just fighting this fucking company and talking about this awful shit that's just miserable and depressing. It was horrible. And I think that for a lot of people are like, I just don't want to be around anymore because it's not fun, which I get.
Yep.
Especially in a time where everyone's already going through a lot of shit. And then on top of that, you got all of us struggling with our own stuff. Like, we've all got our own issues we're dealing with. Like me, you, Ethan, George is doing stuff. Like, it's been rough. And I think a lot of people have felt that. And it's been, like, transposed onto them. Like, they're all people that are watching us. And they're just seeing us go through all this shit. And they're like, this is so miserable. Like, it's not got the same vibes of just, like, four guys just having fun. And I think a lot of people can feel that. And it's a shame. And I want to get back to that feeling. But I feel like it's so hard. I feel like I'm clawing my way back. And I just can't make it. It's just like... I don't know what to do. Like, what's our next move?
Okay,
right?
I think I know what... I have an idea. And I think this is important. I'm glad we're having this conversation. Because I didn't... What you're saying makes so much sense. I'm like, oh, this is so true. This is why I've been feeling this way. Mm-hmm. Like, I've felt like we've all been drifting apart, to be honest.
Yeah, I felt it too. I felt it a lot.
I felt like even you and I have been drifting apart and we haven't, I've never felt that way in 7 years of doing this because I feel like we've had our own shit going on. And when you've got your own shit going on in your own life and we don't live in the same place, unfortunately, I wish we did. It would make things much easier to stay in line. You know what I mean? Like, because when you're going through shit, I'm going through shit, we're there to support each other, but it's very hard across the world to do that. So you're trying to figure your own shit out and you're trying to get through it the best way you can. And then by doing that yourself, you're also actively, especially after all the redacted stuff and all the, dramas, you're trying to find your own way to get back from that. And that leads you in your own direction. And I've been going through my, for months, my own personal shit. Like I feel great right now. You know what I mean? But I was in a really, really dark place a few months ago. And I also was over video games. I was over, I don't want to make game content. I want to play games, I hadn't turned on my PS5 in like 5 months at one point. My Xbox has not been turned on in 2021. Not once. Like I just don't do it. And I think that's me trying to figure out my own direction. And I've been making moves in my career in other ways. And the podcasts are permanent for me, but I'm going this way, you're going that way. Ethan's doing his history channel and he's got his own focuses and he's got his own things going on, and so is George. Like, I feel like we're all doing, we're not working as a team anymore. We need to work as a team. That's what I'm saying right now. We need something, we need to come together again. Like, we made the network and we're all buzzing and it kicked off, dude. The start of this network, the start of the year, we were fucking killing it, I felt like. We were on the same page, we were a team. Mm-hmm. And then shit happened in the YouTube world, or like the online world, the community, and then shit happened also in all of our personal lives, and now we're all spread out, and we're not acting like a team anymore, and I don't like it. I don't like it, bro. I sat on that Four Pillars. Can I be honest? I sat on that Four Pillars podcast last week, and I said that was the first time I've ever thought of this. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I actually genuinely thought that for the first time. I was like, I don't know if I will do this anymore for much longer. Yeah, and that was fucking fucked up, and I don't want to.
Do you know what's so weird about that is I felt the same thing very recently. I just didn't feel I've and you've like sort of pointed out one of the core reasons. I never even considered the reason I was feeling like this was due to where we were as the four of us. But like thinking about it, one of the core reasons everything that I did was always so fun was because there was the four of us and we were all a team of guys that even when we did our own thing, it felt like we were a group still. And we definitely have lost that. And I've not even thought about that being the reason the community has also felt separated too.
I've only just realized this though in this conversation. I'm like, well, of course that's why. It makes so much sense. Of course that's the reason, because we're not acting like a team. The start of the year, it felt amazing. We were so buzzing because we were like doing this project all together and we were all excited about it and it felt like the right move. And when we announced it, everyone was like, yes, this is the exact direction this community should be going. This is the massive win, the next step. And then with the Clips channel, and I just felt like we all just like got caught up in our own shit and in all the drama that we lost the care factor for a lot of it. And yeah, the Four Pillars podcast has always been amazing. Like every episode's been great because we get on and we have a laugh and it's friends because we all genuinely care about each other and we can have a laugh, but there's no collective why anymore. Like, why are we doing this? Like, it's just getting on a phone call and chatting every 2 weeks. And someone's missing every fucking episode. And that's fine for a while, but like, honestly, most of this year, there's been more podcasts with not the four of us than with the four of us. And that's not okay to me.
Yeah, it's weird.
And like, I'm okay with it in the sense of I get it. We all have shit going on, and I appreciate it because we have literally had a lot of shit going on, the four of us. But you know, if we really care about what we're doing, then shouldn't be okay to miss this stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
It shouldn't be okay that we're not focusing on the network like we were at the start of the year.
Yeah,
you know?
like it's weird because it feels like whenever I miss an episode, I don't feel anything. I don't feel like disappointed. I'm like, whatever, who cares? I'm kind of happy. I'm like, I don't have to do it, you know?
Right.
And it's weird because when we first started the network, it felt like this new direction. And I think the community was solidly this one unit. I think I think a big part of it has been everything that's going on with us, but also the fucking redacted shit as well. Because, like, let's be honest with ourselves. Like, as much as we want to distance ourselves, why did we all come together in the first place? It was because of that game. Yeah. And although we don't like it anymore, it was always, I don't know, it was always
an
easy
anchor?
that it was, it was just like this backbone of like, even if we absolutely hate it, so does everyone else. And we fucking know that. And we're all just this community of like, oh, fucking wasn't that game shit. Like, it's just...
Now we don't even talk about it. It has to be bleeped out.
Exactly. And we can't even make those jokes anymore. It feels like a huge part of our community history has been wiped clean. It just doesn't exist anymore. Like, we can't talk about it anymore as much as we had so many good times doing so many good things. It feels like we can't even mention it anymore.
Should we get rid of that rule then? Not for the fact of like, I don't want to obviously support them, but like, it does feel like we're ignoring our own past, not
like
just...
We can't even talk about like, the multiplayer battle. I've been straying away from even mentioning it. Like what we did in the past with that because like it was for that game and I feel weird about it. Like it felt right at first to do, but now I feel like we're harming ourselves more than we're harming
so fucking
them.
Weird, bro.
And it feels wrong and unnecessary. It feels like we're hurting our own community and our own legacy and ourselves just to it's petty almost.
Just a spite.
Yeah. Whereas, like, I feel like we can fight them and the wrong things they've done without being so strict on what we talk about. Because, and it's not. I don't want to play their games, but that's not to say I want to play the new one. I'm never going to buy another game from them again. I'm never going to make another video on them again. But it doesn't mean. But
can we sit here and rip on Far Cry 6? Why not?
Yeah, like
why
can't
we rip on Far Cry
do
6?
That? Because that's surely, if anything, it's helping our cause of boycotting the company. Talking shit about it.
And also, everyone does enjoy us complaining about Ubisoft.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a reason why I've never deleted my Odyssey content. It's because all of it's negative. Like, there's no reason for me to delete Odyssey Broke Me. Whereas I have got rid of all my Valhalla stuff because it's all positive. And I also don't agree with it anymore. But it's just a really weird feeling that we've just like completely decided to detach the entire backbone of the community.
This feels like therapeutic talking to you about this, dude.
Yeah,
isn't that like, oh my god,
it's shit I've been thinking about for ages. It's just been really fucking with me, just all of this shit. Like, I've just felt like literally the other day on Discord I was talking with all the mods and I was like, I don't know how long I can keep making videos because I'm not enjoying myself. Like, I haven't had fun in a really long time. Like, streams, podcasts, videos, I've just hated all of it. I just wanted to stop. And I just haven't been able to figure out why I feel that way.
Yeah. Does it feel like you're alone now when we had a team before? Because it feels like that way to me.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that. And it feels like that from a content creation perspective, but also an audience perspective too. I feel isolated. I feel like I don't have a connection to my audience anymore. I feel like I don't know who they are. And it's not good. And I feel like they feel they don't know who I am as well. I feel like it goes both ways. And I just want everyone to be around again. Because when I used to hop on stream and I get 150 people, we'd just sit down and fucking chat and talk shit, and it was fucking fun. And we'd make Ubisoft jokes, and it'd be a laugh, and we'd reminisce and stuff. It was just good fun. But I feel like I've lost this connection because now when I hop on a stream, I'm lucky if I get over 40 people. It's like people just don't. I've lost a connection very clearly with my audience, and there's obviously other reasons for it. Like, it's not completely that. Obviously, there's stuff like school started, and we're just finally coming out of lockdown. So there's other reasons. I expect a dip, but it's such a consistent one and it's in line with what we've done, that when we first made that hard disconnect from Ubisoft, it was everyone was on our side and we had so much support. But then I think everyone felt a bit lost after that point, because
we didn't then give anyone an answer of like, well, come with us on this journey. We've got a plan. Like, as a team, the four of us just sort of go, well, we're going to go all in our separate directions.
Yeah,
now,
we're just going to none of us were certain. We didn't know what we were doing either. It was just like, well, fuck, we can't play these games anymore. We can't talk about these games anymore. Fuck this company. And then we've just done nothing with that. We've not gone anywhere. And I mean, for all the conversations we've had about the different directions that communities have gone based on Ubisoft stuff, I mean, the Sisterhood have clearly had a set goal of where they're going to go and how they're going to fight. Like, even if we don't agree with necessarily the way they're doing it, they've got a community, they've got a direction. It's like, so at least they've got that going for them, and they've got a place for people, whereas we don't have a place for people. Almost,
we got egg on our face, mate. We got egg on our face.
We've made fucking fools of ourselves here. Eve Gimo's laughing.
Let's relax.
He's never laughing. Relax. He has a permanent frown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's weird. And I don't really know what we do.
How do we? Well, I think I have an idea. I don't have like an idea of how to fix it, but I have like maybe a ballpark of where we need to go. Well, we need to come together as a team. Yeah. Because that's what we are. We're a team. We need to come together as a team and realign with something that we all want to work on that's together. Like, more than just the Four Pillars podcast and the network. Like, what do we want to do with it? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, I'm happy to sit on the Four Pillars podcast, and that as a show can just be the four of us literally talking about nonsense. George's weird YouTube recommended, like, just laughing and being mates. But in terms of what content are we making together or separately that aligns together the same way we all used to make Assassin's Creed fucking videos? Mm-hmm. Separately. But that aligned us together as a team in a way as well. And a community and a similar interest. Like, what can we do together that aligns us and can align our community? Because we are a team and we've not been acting like a team for 6 months, I'd say. Mm-hmm. At least 6 months. We have not been acting like we're a team. Yeah. And I've known that, but haven't known it enough to say it out loud until right now. And I'm that's 100% the reason. Because like I said to you, dude, you didn't even, and this is nothing to, like, you've got your own shit going on, I've got my own shit going on, but how crazy is that, like, probably 2 months after all the shit went down in my life, maybe even longer than that, before we even knew what happened to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You didn't even know what was going on with me. Yeah. Yeah. And you've been one of my closest friends for almost a decade. Yeah. And you had no idea. We run a business together. You didn't know. And you've got your own shit. Like, it's weird when I'm not annoyed at that, but it's just like, isn't that weird? Like, that when you think about it, that's not right. It's just so strange when you're working with someone across, on separate sides of the world. It feels weird. There's a weird disconnect there, like, between all of us. I feel like I don't know. It's so strange. Like, we're all doing our separate. But we always felt close. Like, it always felt like a tight group. Yeah. And it was that one thing we all had, which was Assassin's Creed, that we all could always come back to. And then then it was other games as well. Springboard from that. Like, we could go from that to other things. And I think we don't have a central focus, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a game or whatever. But I think the one thing that's important is having the history of our community be something we're not afraid to talk about. And we're proud of. Should be proud of it. I think people felt dejected because we've got this community with this rich history, years and years of content creation together, to all of a sudden we're starting completely fresh and we're never going to talk about what we did before. We're starting completely fresh with no plan of direction. Yes, no plan at all. We don't know what we're doing. We're all actually going to take a break and we're going to come back at separate times and make random content and then make 5 fucking channels that we're then not going to post on and get confused with. And then same. You did it. I did it. We've all done it. It's just weird, and we don't have that focus, and I feel like people were like, why do I even need to follow these guys anymore? The reason I followed them for years and years and years was this shared history together, and now they've just pretended like it doesn't exist. So what reason do I have to keep following these guys? Dude, this is I feel the same. Wow. I feel the
So
same
weird.
too. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Like, this is such a realization conversation for me in a lot of ways.
No.
But it's how I've been feeling. It's how you've been feeling. I'm sure it's how
Yeah.
Ethan and George have also been feeling.
It's this isolation. You feel disconnected.
I felt disconnected. I felt disconnected. I felt more connected. Of the 4 pillars, the most connected person I felt like is George. Because he and I have been on the most podcasts together.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously I feel the most connected to George, but that's because we live very close. And I see him
very
all the time,
close.
but-
And he's your brother. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But, you know, it should be you, bro. We have 3 podcasts together and a business together.
Yeah,
You're one of my
yeah.
best mates. Like, you know what I mean? So are George and Ethan. But, I mean, it's a bit different, you know?
Yeah.
And... Like, yeah, like, I just did... And the only reason I started doing... Like, and it goes to Clubhouse, and we had a conversation about this, and I completely agree with you, that Clubhouse needs to just be you and me. But when you took a break, the reason I started doing Clubhouse week to week is because I literally needed it for therapy for myself. Like, I did it because I had to. I was like, I need to do this every week. Like, it was, like, fucking cathartic for me. And I was just in this deep fucking depression, and I just was using it to, like, communicate. Because I wasn't doing that with my friends, you know? Not in a good way. Not in a way I could be fully honest. And then I just went on the Patreon. I went week to week. And then I also used it as like a way to sort of like socialize again. And like be positive around positive people. And that's like, I would get different, you know, friends in the community on. And then now that you're back and it's all like everyone wants it week to week. And it just became this weird fucking clusterfuck of a thing with no directional plan to again. And you don't feel involved. And that's not what I want, because it's your show too. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I don't want you feeling that way. You know? It's just like... But that's a part... That's one... But that's just another example of the lack of any idea of what the fuck's... We don't know what's going on.
We're all separate.
Don't know
we're
what's
just doing
going on.
shit without talking to each other. And it's like...
Yeah.
Just so weird. Like, I just don't feel... Yeah, it's been so odd. It's
That's
been
not
such
us.
an odd time.
We communicate. That's what we do. Like, that's why
Yeah.
we've been so successful, because we communicate about everything. But we have not been. We haven't been communicating well.
Yeah. It's been a really weird time. And I think we've not all been like... It's like sometimes... I don't know, like Ethan will show up in the group chat and he'll be like, oh, sorry, can't come to the podcast there, whatever. And we'll be like, yeah, cool. But I feel like we don't even, like, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on with Ethan sometimes. And I feel like that's because I'm dealing with my own shit. I'm almost not even conscious that other people are having issues. And, like, I don't even know really what's been going on with Ethan or how he's doing. And I feel bad for that.
Yeah.
And, like, the same with you. Like, I didn't know what was going on with you for so long. And, like, George has then put out a tweet like he's not happy with his life and he's about to change shit. I'm like, what the fuck's been going on with George?
Oh, really? So George... Oh, I've been talking to George, so I know what's going on with George.
What the fuck?
I've-
He's talking to you but not me?
Well, man, like, I'm everyone's big brother, bro. And I know you're actually...
I am
big brother, but-
literally...
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? More like everyone's dad. You know, like, but like, yeah, I've been talking to him. He's been, dude, you should talk to him. He's been going through some shit.
Jesus.
He's been going through some shit. You know, dude, I know, like, fuck, dude.
We're all
This
going
is
through shit.
fucked. This is not what I want. We're fucking,
We're all not on
best
the same
friends.
page.
We're best
What is
friends.
going on?
Like,
Oh,
I don't want to
man.
stop doing this. This is the As Always podcast, bro.
Yeah,
This
me
is
too.
the 4 pillars. We're a fucking powerhouse team, bro. We're
See, the
a
4
fucking
pillars just
powerhouse
doesn't, like,
team.
I said this on Mod Chat the other day. I was like, what does the 4 pillars even mean now? Like, I asked them that question. I was like, what the fuck does the 4 pillars mean? They were like, I don't even know. And I was like, that's not okay. Like,
That's
what the
not
fuck
okay.
is going
I'm
on?
not okay
Like,
with that.
we're
I'm
all,
not okay with that.
We're
This
all
has
on the
to
same
change.
page, that we're not all on the same page.
Yeah.
And we need to fix it, and we need to come together as a community. And I
And do
just
you
want
want
that.
to know why we're not on the same page? Can I be honest about this? Mm-hmm. None of us are giving a shit. We're not caring.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We're not caring. We're not.
Yeah.
I don't,
That really
because
is what it comes down to.
yeah, we're not caring. And I'm done. You know what? I'm done not caring, because I do care. I'm not letting
Yeah.
all these years of friendship and like hard work, and we do shit that I think matters here. I'm not throwing that away because we've all gone through a hard time. You know what I mean? We've all been building ourselves back up, which is great, but we don't just build ourselves back up for ourselves. We're also a team. And I want to get back to that. And I think we need some sort of project or realignment or goal, or I think it'll be great to do this charity event at the end of the year that Ethan's planning. That'll be really good. But that's just one event. We need to do more than that. We need to have a consistent alignment plan for what we do going forward, in my opinion.
Yeah, we do, for sure. And like things that people have said, like, I mean, like we said in this announcement for the network was supposed to be more than what it is now, and obviously it fell off because we all had our own shit to deal with, but we were supposed to be doing, videos on there and collaborating and doing other sorts of content, but it's been just, podcasts, and a lot of the podcasts we've not even really been there for. So that's another thing, like the network needs to be a focus. I'd love for the Clips channel to actually be doing stuff again, because I remember
that blew up when we launched it.
Yeah, it was doing great, and then it just fell off because we weren't consistent with it, and that's really it. Like, I just have not cared about everything. Like, I'm just staring at my channel, I'm like, I just don't. I've got a whole list. Like, last night I sat down and I was like, I need to make something. Like, I need content to produce. I don't want to just be doing stream highlights, and I don't just want to be doing big videos. It's like, what can I talk about? What can I make a video on? And I made a big list of loads of videos, and I just looked at them and I'm like, I just don't care. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't want to make these videos. I don't know why. And I think it's just because I've felt this complete disconnect from my audience, where I'm like, I don't even know if anyone wants to watch this or gives a shit. Like, who cares? But I want that personal connection again, and I feel like we had that in such a way where because everyone was on the same page, as in, like, everyone, as much as, like, because we all cared about each other, and like the community is all into like us as people, but we all had that backbone, obviously, of Assassin's Creed, where we all knew what we knew. Like, we didn't need to say it, but we all had that shared history of that. And I think people stuck around because we were all in the same boat. But then when we've all sort of gone into different boats, like now that we've dropped that, where do we go? We're all separate. We're all just kind of fucking trying to figure it out, and there's just no clear direction and clear, like, way to group everyone back together. Because, like, I can make a video on, like, Horizon Forbidden West, but not everyone in the community is going to care. But then I can, like, there might be some people that care about Final Fantasy, some that don't, some that care about God of War, Spider-Man. Like, there's no one game that's going to reunite us, I don't think. We can't replace the core game of our community with another game. It's not going to happen. But we can still find focus and direction and purpose in a different way, and that's really what we need to do.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know what that is. I think reaching out to those who are in the community and still very active, and what they want to see. I think we've all thrown in so many different interests and things we like to do, from streaming different things or different genres of games or movies, or for me throwing in the music stuff and fucking fitness and or whatever. Like, and it's created all these different channels on the Discord, which also creates different little cliques rather than greater groups that sort of cover everything.
Yeah, because I always felt that people, like, because, I mean, again, it's because of that one interest in Assassin's Creed. Everyone could always come back to one central place. That's like what As Always podcast was. Like, it was the one central place almost. And then, like, Four Pillars podcast was supposed to be that. And it just has, like, I don't know, it just feels like people feel that, well, rather than the Four Pillars podcast or As Always podcast being this central place for everyone, it almost feels like we're a clique now, and some people don't want to come back to this now because there's, like, I don't know, it's just weird. I feel like it's very difficult to get the community feeling like a whole again, and I just don't really know how to do that.
This what we've done, man, like, when I think of this show or the Four Pillars or anything, like, this is in all the places all the houses I've lived in, all the, like, shit I've gone through in my life, like, as an adult. From, like, 18 was when I did the first podcast with you in 2014. Like, I was 18, about to turn 19. I'm 26 now. And of all the shit I've gone through, all the growing up I've done that on here. I've done it with you. I've done it with Ethan. I've done it with George and our community and our friends. And it didn't matter where I lived. It didn't matter what shit was going on. I always had this. And this is the first time, like, I felt like I had it, but it's not the same. Like, dude, it was so hard, man, to go through the shit I was going through. If I'm being totally honest with you, it was so hard to go through it and not have you there, like, to do shit with. Like, coming back on Clubhouse and you not being there, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this didn't feel like my safe place anymore. It was just like, I guess I'm just gonna fucking blab and be depressed. Like, it was just weird. And I'm not, that's not your fault. Like, it's nothing, like, I'm not angry about that or anything, but like, it's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's
not how it's supposed
weird.
to be.
And that's how it's felt like for me trying to come back into it, because it was weird. Like, I had all my health issues and everything was going fucking just fucked around the exact same time all the Ubisoft stuff happened. So I made this hard disconnect from the entire history of my channel at the same time as taking a massive break, and then trying to come back was just like, it was just like just plucking at straws. I was like, what do I do now? Like, oh, I guess I'll stream this, and I guess I'll make this video, and I guess I'll do this, but like, it just felt like worthless. It was all just like so empty. It just doesn't feel like I know what I'm doing. And like, coming back to the podcast and stuff, like with everyone having their own issues, the podcast just felt weird. Like, I don't know. It's just like everything always had a particular vibe, I guess. And it's just been such a weird experience. And I feel like everyone's going to be able to relate. I feel like everyone in the comments that's listening or whatever is going to be able to relate to this. I hope. And it's going to feel like, it's going to feel cathartic, I hope, for those people.
I think, 100%. I don't want people to sit there and worry and be like, sounds like we're like mum and dad are getting divorced or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is good communication so that we can
like,
actually figure it out.
As well, to go back to the whole Assassin's Creed thing, obviously none of us want to play those games anymore. None of us want to buy another Ubisoft game.
100%.
But it feels wrong to me that there's so many community moments based around those games that I feel like I have just ignored for some reason, that I'm like, I can't talk about that anymore. I can't meme that anymore. Like, you know, the marathon I did of all of the games, that was a huge part of my channel. Like, am I supposed to never mention that again? Never clip it again? Am I, like, it just feels wrong. And on top of that, like, you know, as bad as what Ubisoft has done, and like Valhalla we don't like anymore, those streams were so fun. Like, I was watching some clips.
It's not anymore. I hated the game while I was playing it. I hate it now.
Yeah, I know.
That's fine.
It's like, I was watching some clips from those streams the other day, and like the amount of just dumb shit we were talking about, and just like the jokes on those streams, it was just so fucking fun. And like, now they're all privated. No one can ever like go back and like look at that again. It's like, I don't know whether that was the right decision. Like, I'm just not sure anymore. And I felt very sure. I was like, this is a complete hard line from Ubisoft. Like, I'm never going to mention them again, never going to talk about them again, privating all my videos. That's all done, and I'm never going to acknowledge it. But it doesn't feel right, because it feels like I'm isolating my own audience and my own community. And
I guess it's because the backbone of it was like, and it's not all just like, I don't want to credit Ubisoft too much. Like, once we fell apart. I think it was like, we've had all these different things that we all love to do anyway, all shared anyway, in spite of it. From like fucking Marvel or Kingdom Hearts, or Halo, or all these amazing other games we all love to talk about and play. The problem was, right at that time, we all went through personal shit and split up. Like, that's also a big part of it. And it just, like, I've never taken like a long break because of a personal issue, and neither of you, and neither's Ethan. In all the time we've been doing this, none of us have ever taken these weird breaks, but for some reason, at the exact same time.
Hey, it's the Mercury retrograde, man.
Oh, don't fucking don't. Son of a bitch. But isn't that fucking weird?
It is weird,
like, of all the years, like, it's just totally aligned.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Yeah,
it's really weird, and
I don't think in how we've been feeling about it, we can just go, okay, it's decided right now that we're going to fix this and figure it out, like, and we're going to care tomorrow. Like, I don't know if it's just going to happen overnight, but I think we should work to find a way to try.
Yeah, I think we should work with everybody else and try and figure this out. And I think there's a lot of different factors in there. I think it's finding a direction, finding something that unites all of us, some sort of purpose that we can think of, some projects we can work on. Like the charity stream is going to be a good one, but I think we should have more of those that aren't necessarily charity events, but are just events that we can come up with together that are like, this is the community coming together for something. And
I think like Long-Eared Fox versus Dynamite will be a great community event. I'm like excited. I started getting excited about it just because I'm like, this will be a really cool community thing we haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
Like, that's people get hyped for it. Like, get you and Ethan involved. Like I was thinking of like all this content we can make and how we could get you into it and stuff. Like, there's ways about it.
Yeah.
But like things like that, like lots of different projects, it can be cool shit all the time, but we should be working on stuff all the time. And once we finish one thing, it should be on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Not just faffing about.
Yeah. And hopefully, using the clips channel again would be great, having clips and stuff. And it doesn't have to be clips from streams. It can be clips from anywhere, I think.
I was putting clips of podcasts up a while ago. I was doing a bunch of I would just find funny podcast moments and put that on the clips channel.
Because if we can get those and just put them up, like even clips that are like a couple seconds long, like as long as it's a funny clip it, throw it up on that channel. We can get people to submit them in. Like that'd be a big community thing. Like if you got a funny clip, submit it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we can throw it up on the clips channel, and it's just a bit of fun. It gets the community involved, and we can all just throw up dumb shit that we've said, and it's funny.
Yeah.
All of that stuff, and then I guess, I don't know. I want to do more Discord stuff. Like I would like to do a stream where I get some guys on Discord and we like just chat about shit or do something funny or play a dumb game or something. Like I just want to get the community involved again, because I used to do shit like that all the time. Like I remember my the drunk stream I did where I hopped on Discord and everybody was on, and that was fucking fun as shit. Like that stuff was really fun, like getting people involved and just having a good time. And then I guess the other major thing is us not being so strict on our rules with what we do with regards to Ubisoft. Not obviously going back to covering their content, but
no, I don't want to.
But
being able to talk about what we've done in our
be,
past, how it relates to us, not about them, but about us.
Yeah, about all that stuff. And why can't we make fun of their dumb shit? I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to do that, because it's all negative. It's not helping Ubisoft in any way if we make fun of Far Cry or whatever.
And it's made us ashamed of who we are. Because of how many years we covered it, and that's made us almost like not like ourselves, which is like what's caused half of this problem as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely something that I felt. I've been like, it's been a lot of figuring out who I am. Like, just like, wow, all my entire YouTube career, I've just been like a piece of shit, and like that's it. Like I just feel bad about it all, looking back, and it's like I just don't want to talk about it. Like we've had so many good times, and I've got to pretend like they didn't happen because of what game I was fucking playing at the time. Like it doesn't really mean anything. So it's and obviously community input would be good too, to hear what people have to say in the comments. I'm sure we'll get some nice
in the comments
messages
of this video for sure.
Yeah.
Even some negative ones. Even people that are mad. They're like, I've been thinking this whole time. Fuck you guys, figure it out.
Yeah.
Fair play to you. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Kanye West isn't crazy. All that sort of shit.
Yeah, a lot of people have already clicked off after that.
True.
But I guess that's really it. Got to try and figure it out. But I'm glad you've been feeling like it too. I'm glad it's not just fucking me.
Yeah, dude. 100%, dude.
I felt like it's just me. And
I felt like I've let everyone down because I stopped caring about video games. I'm just like, I want to. Like, I wish I loved them still. I just don't think I do. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I want to sit down and just play games for fun, but then like...
Maybe you just got to move to the UK. Maybe that's what you got to do. We've all got to move close to each other.
Yeah.
And we can make a shit ton of content.
Okay, well, once David Jerome is back in Australia and he's finished this contract, then he and I both move into the UK. That's up for discussion. And I'm being dead serious about this. David goes to me a few weeks ago. He calls me up and he goes, so once this contract's over, I think we're going to move to the UK. And I said, are you asking me to go with you? He's like, I think we have to. I'm like, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's on the cards. Certainly on the cards.
That'd be terrific.
I would love that. I would love
having the four pillars in person to make shit all the time would be so fun. I think we'd just make some great shit.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. I'd love to do, like, if we were all in person and had even just, like, Eddie Sheps nearby and other of, like, our mods and stuff, the amount of, like, fun live action stuff, I'd like to make, like, a lot of short skits with. And if we have a lot of people involved, like, I've got no one here to do shit with. Once David's gone, I have no one to make any skits with. I have no one. Like... And that's the same with the Time Show. I was loving doing the Time Show. I enjoyed that so much. And people were really loving it. But once David left, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not fun without him there. So that's sort of like, fuck that. And I tried to do it by myself and it's just not the same. Like, I'm just like, I don't enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's not fun without that element of what I built the show on there. So like, there's a lot of things I'm trying to figure out what I want to do again now. But what I know is I want the Four Pillars podcast. I want the As Always podcast. I want Clubhouse. Those are the three things. They're my staples. I don't want them to ever go anywhere, but I want us to be on the same page. I want us to be a team again. And I want us to be like working together properly. That's what I want.
Yeah, me too. For sure. Oh.
Yeah, that was cathartic, bro. That was cathartic.
Yeah, it felt good to talk about. I feel like it's been something I've just been fucking like hiding. I feel like I've been hiding from it. Like, just how I've been feeling.
Me too.
And all of this shit. And I feel like I'm trying to just like pretend it's not happening and just like keep doing what I'm doing and pretend like everything's completely fine when it's just fucking not.
Yeah.
And it's just been really weird because before, like, I've not cared so much about views than I have in like the past couple months. And it's weird because I never used to give a shit because I was having so much fun. And I think as I've stopped having fun, I've cared more about the business side of it. And I'm looking at all my views and I'm like, how can I get the most views possible? And how can I get, you know, how can I integrate this ad into this thing or whatever? And I just feel like I'm not having fun and no one's having fucking fun. And like, that's sort of the main point of it, is just to have fun. And I miss it.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man.
Yeah.
I think we should talk to the boys.
Yeah, we should.
Let them know how we're feeling. And I would be, you know, pretty shocked if they don't feel the same. Yeah, especially probably sure. Ethan more than anyone, you know. But I reckon they're both feeling the same. And I reckon our community's feeling the same way. I don't. If there's anything I've learned over the years, is that how we feel is how the community feels, and if we're feeling like this, the community feels like this too.
Yeah, there's no way they can't feel it on like from us in terms of like what we've been putting out and everything. It must just.
I think there's still different. Like a lot of them are still with us, but individually rather than as a collective, which is weird.
Yeah, that's true. And I think there's a lot of people that are still on our Discord because they're friends. They've made friends there, so they're still on the Discord, but they're not. They're very disconnected from us.
Yeah.
Which is,
I mean, I feel like
feeling.
I feel like I'm so disconnected from the overall community. I feel like I live on Patreon, like I live on As Always, and with those people, and I just have this like few hundred people that I talk to and that know what I'm doing, and everyone else I don't.
That's weird because I even feel disconnected from As Always. Like I don't feel like I know any of them anymore. It's weird. Like I'll come into As Always chat and I'm like, I just don't know any. It's weird. It's the first time I've ever fucking felt like this because I used to know everybody. Like I just knew everyone knew me. I felt like I had a close relationship with pretty much everyone, and now I go into community chat and I say hi and I'm like, do these guys even know who I am? Like, do they watch? Who do they watch? Weird. Like, it's weird. Like I feel like because I don't recognize them from like stream chats or anything, whereas I used to. And like I'm looking at community chat now and I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are, and I don't think I've talked to them on a stream or anything. So it's weird, other than like, you know, obviously I know Franco, but it's odd to see that because I feel like I used to know everyone. Like I come on Discord and I'm like, yeah, I know every one of these people because they're all in the community, and the community is one big thing. Like we're all on Discord, we're all on a stream together, we're all going to the podcast together. Like it was all one thing, but now it's not, and it's odd to feel that disconnect and not recognize people. And like it just doesn't feel like my place. Like when I go into community chat, it used to be like, oh, I was just talking to a bunch of guys that I know. Like, you know, I just finished up a stream, I'll go onto Discord, it's all the same guys and we're just chatting. Now it's like I finish up a stream, I go onto Discord, it's a bunch of different guys having a different conversation. I'm like, oh, this is a different, like I don't know these people. I can't talk to these people. It's weird. Yeah. The Discord doesn't feel like my Discord anymore. And
I mean, it's never felt like my Discord, you know. It's never felt like my Discord.
Yeah. Well,
the As Always chat
it's weird
feels
for
like
me.
mine.
It's weird for me.
The As Always chat feels like mine. That's the only one. But that's because I'm only on that. Like I don't go anywhere else, but I'll check it every day and I talk to people. But I feel like I grew really close with the As Always group in a different way. But it's not about games. It's really a personal thing because I shared so much, and then people started sharing things with me, like the amount of DMs and shit I've gotten and messages or Patreon conversations or Discord conversations. Like that's what my last 4 months have been. It's that really deep connection with like the Patreon guys. So, but that's while you've been away because I've been doing it every week on my own.
Yeah.
And it's just been so weird and so different. So like I can understand from your end, whereas like I don't know what's going on with streaming, or I don't even know what's going on with games. I didn't even know what event was on today. You know what I mean? Like I had no idea. I don't fucking know.
You know what's weird? I'm thinking about why I feel so like I don't recognize people. It might be partly because of my Twitter. I privated everything. Like, my mentions are all set to only people I follow. So maybe I'm just not interacting with people as much as I used to. Because I used to have it completely open. So when I go on my mentions, I'd be able to see everyone that's replying to me. And I'd be able to interact with everyone. And I changed it just because I couldn't deal with the toxicity. Like, it was just too much. And it just put me in such a bad mood. But maybe it's cut me off from everyone in a weird way as well.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know about Twitter. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Maybe.
Twitter was always quite a central place for me. It always felt like my sort of home base to be able to go to. And now I feel like no one's there, but that might just be because I've got the settings changed. I might need to think about that.
Yeah, maybe. I've got my DMs fucking
see.
Open, so...
my DMs are open too. And I do get a lot of nice messages. But mentions, I've got all set to private. Might try changing that. Just see if it improves.
Yeah. Wow, dude. I'm glad we had this conversation. I'm really glad we did.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because the truth is we feel like we don't care. The truth is we do care. That's why we're having this conversation. And that's why this conversation wasn't, so do you want to stop doing this? Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? Like, we're both like, fuck that. You know what I mean? We need to, like, sort of...
It's like, I hate that I feel like this. I hate that I feel like I don't want to do it anymore.
Me too.
Yeah, it's like, I want to change that.
That's it. That's like, honestly, that last Four Pillars podcast, I don't know what it was. Like, I felt so off. I've never felt like that in a podcast with you guys before. I just was like, am I done? Like, am I done even doing podcasts? Is this it? Am I literally just going to walk away from everything? Like, that's what it sort of felt like.
Yeah. No, that's weird because I also felt that too. I was like, I just don't know how long I can keep doing it. Like, and that's weird because this is the only thing I've ever done. It's like all I know, but it still felt like I just couldn't keep doing it, which is just wrong. Like, I shouldn't feel like that.
Shit.
Yeah, okay. It's weird.
Well, I mean, I think this chat's been good for you and me, and I think it'll be good to talk to the boys about it too, and then also hear from the community as well. I think it's important. So I'm glad we had this conversation on a podcast so that the community can, like, listen, hear it, spend some time digesting it, guys, and then come back to us with, like, thoughts, comments. But if you've been thinking about it for a while and you want to share, fucking throw it at us. Our Twitter DMs are open, YouTube comments, whatever. Like,
Discord.
And then we can come together and sort of plan something. You know, what's the next move? What do we want to do? Why are we doing this anymore? We've got to, there needs to be a why.
Yeah, we've got to come up with something.
And that was, I think, for me as well, like with my job now, my career, I'm like, my why for doing YouTube is gone. Because I'm like, I don't care about money or views or anything. I literally could care. It doesn't matter to me at all. It drives me, and I don't need money doing this. Like, I have money. I make money. I make content as my job now. That's what I do. I don't need this at all. But it's almost sort of fucked with me because it's made me stop caring, in a big way. Okay. Big exhale. Woo!
Jesus. Feels like every show we do these days. It's like, to be fair, we spent a lot of podcasts reminiscing on the old days. I feel like that's a sign.
Well, that was, we've been reminiscing on the old days because we missed the old days. And and this podcast episode is us not reminiscing about the old days, but figuring out why we were reminiscing about the old days.
Yeah, we've come to a conclusion.
We've come to the conclusion, which is good. Is good. But now it's time to take action and to hear from our audience of what's next.
Yep.
This may be the most important episode we've ever done, James, of the show. It may be.
It might be.
At the end of the day, in 10 years, if we're still doing this, it'll be because we did this episode.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
So, just saying.
No.
All right. I think that's it. I think that's it for this episode. I think we can wrap it up. I think we can call it a day.
Weird
I'm going to go to sleep. It's been a long day, and that was a hectic conversation. I need to, like, lie down after that. I think we all just need to lie down and have a think. But yeah, appreciate the chat, and like that. I'm glad you've been thinking the same. I sort of knew you were, and I'm sure Ethan and George, feel similar or thereabouts, so. And obviously to our audience, thank you all for listening and for supporting us even through this, I guess you'd call it shit period that it's been. we all appreciate you and those who have stuck by us and, are just there for us and care about us as people. That's important and that means a lot. So thank you. Thank you to those who support us on patreon.com/as always. Of course, for making the show happen and for me personally, like getting me through maybe the hardest time of my life. You guys on Patreon, like I don't fucking know what I would have done without you guys. You are unbelievable for me the last few months. So thank you. And to read the $5 tier and above, to thank them. Thank you to Ollie, the Superior Ollie, Avery Dobbs, Clark53, Damien, Epic, Alaric, or the Balrogs, Fiery, Dick, Ferentino, Flash, Paradox, Franco, Jesper Olsen, King Richard III, Ryan Hafer, Seth, Ballsack47, Aragon, Henry, Kimasaba Gamer, Cream Pies, Lumistrad, Sakaris, aka Kieran, Abbas, the Sheesh, that Bussin, No Cap, Alfie Rodbert, Andy Cure, Big Dick 66909, Ben Davis, Ben Higgins is thankful for his stick brethren, Benedict Clubbers, Biggest Fucking Virgin, Bodge, BQ Overlord the Elder, Brian Ford, Christian0210, Connor DeRose, Bully in the Alley, Emil Catborg, Redito Hacker, Ethan Dean, Evan the Poet, Fishy, Furious Coco, Gene, Gimme a Penis, Ginkgo Swag, God Bless the Visionary Zack Schneider, Gwen Hughes, Harrisy, aka Bad Assassin. Hey man, if I wanted to read out names, I'd go and get pissed and read a phone directory with my mates. Hooky, Idiot Strength, I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. Jack DG 1998, Jaden B. Bennett, Joe, the founded Scarab, aka my son, Josh Duvalier, Josh J. Anderson, Joshua Mora, Kassassin, Christian Road, Liam, Luca, Louis De Leon, Mario 5380, Mass the Bass, Max H, Nick Miller, Ochika World 7, our best and favourite mod Brownie, Owen Big Brain, Philip Stillwagon, Radok Ravjar, Son of a Bitch, OG Doggo, Sparky Buck, Spectral Division, or Adrian I Don't Know Man, The Blue Cow, Theftmus, they call me the Greenie Bear, but Assassin Christmas is long gone, aka Connor, TJFL, Tobias Forge, please release the new Ghost album, Sincerely Adam, Tony, Tristan Obifel, Walshy, you absolute Philly Thothage, aka Zacchino, and Zeppo. Thank you, Sweet Ventures lads, for helping out this podcast, and we will see you next week for another 4 Pillars podcast, the following week for another As Always podcast, and of course, patreon.com/as always for the Clubhouse podcast. Thank you guys, and we will see you next time. Goodbye,
everybody. Goodbye.